Hello, happy Monday, and welcome to another reading vlog from me, Amy, the woman with the opinions. Where did that come from? Yesterday, all I did was cut the grass, I edited the vlog, I lay out on the grass, like my dream, like I've been wanting to do since I started growing this lawn. I read my book, my pooches came and lay with me, they were super amped that I was like lying down in the garden. So that was fun. I also got to finish, oh wait, on that note, I was editing my vlog. I need to double check when I'm filming because I don't always wear a bra. I need to make sure you can't straight up see my nips through my shirt, because there were some clips that I could have left in, except that you could straight up see through my shirt. Whoopsie daisy. Anyway, I've finished Please Look After Mother. Ugh, it's so good. It's so freaking good. So it covers 4 different points of view, but they're all in the third person. So it takes you a while in the beginning of every chapter. There's only 4 chapters, which was like, oh no, but I read this so fast. So at the beginning of each chapter, you need to really, like, at least took me a little while to figure out, like, okay, who am I talking about now? Who's speaking? But once I did, it didn't take that long, and then, oh, it's about motherhood. It's about being a child and how you view your mother. It's about how mothers are so seen as, like, you know, mothers and wives very often, you know, and not obviously in every situation, but it's almost like when you become a mother, a little bit of your, not consciously and not irrevocably, but a little bit of your identity is stripped from you, and you become, you know, Amy's mom, you know, and not necessarily the person by themselves as they are. And I think especially when, and in this book it also discusses, like, when your children get older and leave, and then what are you left with after. It also makes you consider appreciating what you have when you have it, because from the conversations that these people are having about their with themselves about their mother afterwards, after she's gone missing, is them realizing how much that they didn't know about her, or that they took for granted about her. A whole host of different things, but it was so artfully and beautifully done, using like a good amount of actual practical things that are happening in everyday life and metaphor. So this is like the perfect type of book for me. I highly recommend it, and I'm going to be reading this author if I can find translations of her work, for sure. Kyung, Sook-Shin, excellent. So I will pick up my next read and I will let you know when I do that. I'm still listening to 3 Things About Elsie by Joanna. I'm also really liking that. It's giving me, has anybody watched that TV show Dinner Ladies? Because it's giving me a little bit of a Dinner Ladies vibe. It was like set in Manchester. It was back in the day. Victoria Wood, God rest her soul. I don't think I've ever used that term in my life. I'm an atheist. Anyway, but yeah, some of the interactions are quite funny. I think I know one of the things about Elsie, but at the same time, I don't mind. I don't mind that I know this. And the mystery behind this new resident that I was discussing in the last vlog that has arrived, and her looking back at the past, and you getting little snippets, because she's suffering. She's obviously in an old age home. She's suffering with her memory. You know, she might be getting dementia. So there's these memories that she can't quite get hold of. So we don't know what's happening yet because she can't remember what's happening. So that's a really interesting journey to go along with her. and see the experience of someone who has sort of been left behind in their old age, and who feels like they've done nothing extraordinary with their life. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I will update when more things have happened. The cool glasses are making another comeback. So I'm waiting for my sibling to, I'm just helping them do some admin stuff, so I'm just waiting for them to be done. Let me turn off my aircon in case you can't hear me. But I'm listening to 3 Things About Elsie, and this is like one of those like real moments that reminds me of Dinner Ladies so much, and I really like stories about old people like this. I don't know if I said that in so I got to one of the like really quintessential Dinner Ladies parts where Simon, the handy Simon, the one character, is like a handyman for the old people's home, and he asks one of his co-workers out, what she's doing on the weekend or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, I can't, Simon. I'm going to a yoga retreat to quieten my chakras." It just tickles my funny bone. Hey there, I just finished my lunch, so I wanted you to I wanted you to show me what my mum got for me. No, I wanted to show you what my mum got for me. This is not about you. So my mum is working on a couple of things for my Christmas present, and she's doing them all 3 separately. So this is my first one. Isn't it so cute? It's so precious. Like, look at this baby. It's like the same colors as my kitty as well, which is so sweet. So I'm gonna put that up somewhere. And then I also want to take the opportunity to show you my next read. This is Labyrinth by Kate Mosse. Again, oh yeah, look, they're gilded. I got this from my absolute favorite secondhand bookstore, which I think I'm going to visit on my birthday. But that'll be a whole separate thing. I've never read Kate Mosse before. I've heard this is really good. As always, I'm going in blind. I've got no clue. I just remember hearing reviews about it and thinking it sounded cool. So I'm going to start reading that this evening. It's a big chunkster. It's a 700-page chunkster. So it'll take me a little while, but I'm hoping. This cover is so pretty. Like, look at all these details, if it'll focus. Whoa, nice. And this is a series as well, so, God, getting into another big chunky series, but I don't care. But I'm going to start reading this tonight, and then I'll probably update you tomorrow as to what's happening. Okay, I'm filming this lazily, because I'm currently watching someone else's vlog. It's like, no shade, I'm not going to tell you who it is, because that would be dick. But they literally just said, "I don't have to put makeup on today. I've already got a husband." Huh? Baby, it's 2021. You shouldn't be wearing makeup to get a husband. Like, if you want to wear makeup for you. Don't. The makeup is not there to get you a husband. But it explains a lot about, there's a certain author this person's talking about, and they said that they really like her adult romances, and I've read one of her adult romances, and I will never read her again because of how disgusting and toxic that book was. Like, it was just, actually, yeah, now I come to think about it, it's in my anti-TBR video. So if you're curious, go and check that out. But now it makes a lot of sense as to why our romance tastes don't line up, because if that's the way she thinks about things, then obviously the way we think about things don't align. I mean, that's not a negative. Well, it's not the best, but it is personal taste, it's personal choice. But yeah, it was just very enlightening, the fact that they're talking about the the problematic author and then saying stuff like that about wearing makeup to get a husband. Weird. Okay, I couldn't be bothered to be getting my tripod, so you just old school propped on my laptop right now. It's Wednesday. I didn't update yesterday. I had a really good therapy session. I thought it was going to be a good day, and then right at the end of the day, I don't just want to pretend like I'm doing okay. I'm not even going to guarantee that I'm going to update, but this is the reality of living with mental health issues, unfortunately. Sometimes something will knock you and you don't know why, and then you sink down into a spiral. And I just want a good night's sleep. I can't remember the last time I had one. I'm so tired. This, like, from my core, I'm so tired. And not just physically, obviously. Anyway, what I actually started this clip for is, like, my watch later is really, really ridiculous, but I was watching Jessie from Botas and Books. I'll put them down there. And they were recommending Freshwater for last year's Black Queer Lit Readers. Is that what it's called? I think so. I can't see the title, it's behind the phone. But yeah, the way they described it was almost the same way that I described it, which was really interesting. Because I am not, I'm white as hell, and I'm cis, but from their perspective as a non-binary person, they said that they felt like that book was written to them, which is so, it just makes me so happy that there's someone like that writing books for non-binary people, because I think to the majority of the Western world, and non-binary is only starting to now become something that we're aware of, you know, whether that was through ignorance or through culture, because I know there's a lot of like Native American culture has Two-Spirit, you know, there's a bunch of different cultures that I really would like to get to know more about, that have, and obviously Nigerian culture because of Freshwater, but it's something that it's a group of people that have been unrepresented for so long. I'm so glad that people like Jessie are seeing themselves in books now. I think that's important. As a white cis lesbian, nowadays I can pick up a bunch of books and see myself in them, but the book world now is becoming a bit more diverse when it comes to intersectionality, so queer people of color, gender non-conforming, trans people, you know, all of that. And I think this is just the start of a really good direction that books are taking. So I really hope over time this becomes something that's more, you know, like every day, like, oh cool, I want to read something from a non-binary author about a non-binary character. Oh, look at all the choice I have, you know. Don't know if that made sense. I think it made sense. I'm not doing well. We'll see how we go. If you're struggling right now as well, I feel you. You're valid. I'm here for you. Know that. I'm back. Just because I carried on watching the same video just for a couple of clips, and Jessie's brought up Patsy by Nicole Dennis Benn. I got it on my want to read. The problem is with all of these books is if they're not available on Scribd, I don't really have access to them until I have you know, some spare cash. But my birthday is coming up, so hopefully I can treat myself to some of these books that they keep talking about. But they just brought up the fact that a lot of these queer stories are also based around like young people. Like, I mean, a lot of the books that I've read, like they deal with you know, like high school kids, or like kids and people in their early 20s who are coming out and realizing who they are. And as someone who came out for the first time when I was 29 and the second time when I was 30, and now I'm trying to navigate how, you know, like how I'm trying to navigate my life as a late bloomer lesbian. And there aren't a lot of stories that I've read based around queer people that are older. I mean, I have read a few. The first one that comes to mind is The Heart's Invisible Furies by Boyne, which is my favorite book that I read last year. Yeah, I would also I'd love to find a book that also dealt with someone in my situation, like someone who's not only queer and later in life, but only coming out as queer later in life, because I don't think I've seen that represented for myself, and I would really like to read that, because it's a weird situation to be in. It's like starting from day one, but yeah, it's a strange thing to try and navigate, and it's quite confusing and a little bit lonely, so especially now during the panorama. So yeah, I really like that. Jesse's recommendations are always freaking fire, I swear. Go watch Jesse, please. Okay, I am back and feeling and looking better than I did in the last clip. I had to put on some, I didn't have to, I felt like it. Put on some mascara and just some lipstick. The most of it come off. Because I just needed new photos for my Upwork and my Fiverr account, because that's where I get my freelance clients from. And I was baldy like an egg in my last few pictures, and now I have this shaggy situation going on. I've been carrying on listening to 3 Things About Elsie. I don't think there's anything else that I can catch you up on, because yeah, it kind of ruins the story. But I forgot to mention that there is one point of view, because you don't just get Florence, I didn't remember her name the last time, you don't just get Florence's point of view, you also get Handy Simon, I think I mentioned him, and Miss Ambrose, who is like one of the women that run the old age people's home, and then you get Florence from what I presume is the nearest present. Does that make any fucking sense? Where she's had a fall and she's just lying there waiting for someone to find her, which is horrible. But I think it's something that happens to so many old people. If they don't have families, or their families have left them behind, and they're in, you know, a compromised position, which is crap. Yeah, that's the only way I can really put it. So then I've also been reading Labyrinth by Kate Mosse. I didn't really update you too much about this because my brain wasn't doing well. So we're following we start off with a girl called Alice, who is working at a geological dig, and she dislodges a boulder and finds a door behind it and goes down into this crypt. And then something undefined happens, and then that's in 2005, and then in the next chapters, like that's like the introduction, and then chapter 1 we're starting with Elsie. It's French name, sorry. I think it's the French version of Alice, basically, in 2009, so like a fucking long time ago. And around the time, I say around the time where there's a lot of religious persecution. Is there ever not religious persecution, but like crusades kind of vibe persecution? And yeah, we're just following there's a mystery behind this labyrinth that has come up in both timelines, but I'm still yet to find out anything about that. Do you like my bookmark? Isn't it cheesy and cute? So yeah, I'm about 100 pages in, and this is a 700-page book, so that's not bad going. Because, I mean, she's such a compelling writer. She's so easy to read. I thought this was the first one of hers that I read, but I forgot that I read The Taxidermist's Daughter at the end of last year. And that also had me turning pages very, very quickly. Not 100% happy with the ending of that last one, but we'll see with this one. And if it continues to be good, then maybe this is another trilogy that I can get into. Not that I need another series to get into. But yeah, so far so good. I also wanted to show you guys context. I was saying how tired I was, and how all I want is a decent night's sleep. Let me give you some context. This is my sleep tracker. Higher is bad. Yeah, that has been my February. Tired. Check that booty. You know what I've realized? Another bonus of wearing men's underwear. You don't have to change to do yoga. I'm turning this down not so that you can see my crotch, but you can see my very clingy dog who likes to do yoga with me. So I'm just going to finish off the vlog on my yoga mat in my underpants with my pup in my lap. I was going to update you when I finish reading 3 Things About Elsie, but I'm still not done. I can't tell you anything more about it. We are getting to the crux, like, hello baby, hi. We've discovered more things, so like, oh, he put his little wet nose in my armpit. Why would you do that? It's gross in there. Okay, you can sit here with me? Alright. So, enjoy the dog glove. He's so cute. Yeah, so like we're finding little tidbits to put the whole puzzle together of what's happening in the situation. So we'll see how that goes. I'll put that in the next vlog because I'm uploading the clips now from previously in the week, and there was a lot of them, so I don't want it to be ridiculously long. I also haven't been doing very well this week, so I really want my weekend to be completely just free for me time, which I think will be healthy. I'm 250-ish pages into Labyrinth. I'm speeding through it. It's so good. We're now flick-flacking more consistently between Elias and Alice. He's just rolling on his back in the corner. But we're also getting some narratives from like other people's perspectives, that when like these mysterious characters that are doing things that we don't quite understand yet, and it's really intriguing. It makes me wonder like what's cracking. So it's just keeping me turning those pages really fast. I like both characters and both settings, which is great. Like sometimes when there's 2 different timelines, like you favor one over the other, and this one I definitely like both. So I will carry on reading that and update you in next week's vlog. I think that's all I have to say for now. I'm going to do my yoga and then just do my work for the day, and hopefully next week is a better week for me. I've been told by my friend that apparently there's a Leo moon something. She's into astrology, and she always tells me about the different astrological things, and apparently we're supposed to be experiencing some emotional turmoil. Emotional bitch happening right now. Anyway, until next week, be kind to people, be kind to yourself, wear a mask. I'll see you next time.